Hey, welcome back. It's Jack from geekassets.com. I hope you guys are excited because we have a giveaway going on right now. As you know, our grand opening finally to go national with our geekassets.com concept. We're the home of the comic book collateral loan, no recourse loans, so you can finally tap into your comic book values. Graded comic book values without just selling them. Of course, we also, if you go to our website, I hope you guys have visited that already, geekassets.com. There's a comic quote form at the top, and it also appears a couple of other places. You just fill in the form with what comic book, graded comic book you have. And also, if you're willing to sell it, not just get a loan against it. So if you're looking to sell it, you can click on the little box on the bottom and excuse me, and you will either you'll get within 24 hours, we will send you back a quote for either a purchase offer or to give you the option of getting one of our comic book collateral loans, which is usually a short-term loan that lasts between 3 to 6 months, depending on what you're looking to do. So to celebrate our opening on Instagram, this is on Instagram, which is geek_assets, at geek_assets. You want to be following us there to get a shot at some of the books that we're going to be giving away as well to celebrate our grand opening. And our very first one is Batman Dark Knight #1. Obviously, you know this amazing cover. Frank Miller. So much has been said about this comic book. I don't know what else I could say. It changed the face of comic books in the 80s. That was my heyday, and I will never forget reading this and seeing the artwork and the way that the writing was. Frank Miller cover and story, and this is also the first appearance of Carrie Kelly, the female Robin. So this just came back from CGC. It's a 9.0. One person is going to win this actual graded slab. That's all you need to do is like this video. Hopefully you will subscribe to our channel. We're going to be doing a lot of cool CGC unboxings as well as giveaways. And to register for this giveaway, you need to go to our Instagram account at geek_assets and follow the instructions in the post. You basically have to tag 2 comic book friends and follow us and like the post on Instagram. So with no further ado, hopefully one of you guys will win this. It'll be this Friday. So if you're watching this video after, and I can't remember the date now, how do you like that? This is the second week in April. So if you're watching this video after April, this book is long gone. So check out our other giveaways and videos on Instagram and here. If you are here within a few days of watching this video, go to Instagram and register to win. So with that in mind, I figured I'd show some other slabs while we're at it with that same Batman theme. These are coming right out of my personal collection, and I just grabbed a few today. So we'll always do some of these videos and check out some of the books we have or the books we have coming in for comic book loans, collateral loans. And while we're doing this, I'm going to answer some of the questions people have been asking since we are the first company to do comic book collateral loans officially. So this is obviously one of the iconic covers. This is Batman 251, amazing Joker cover. This is a Denny O'Neil story, Neil Adams cover art, and it's in a 7.5. I've had this for probably 30 years. I'm very happy with it. Yes, it'd be amazing if I had it even in a higher grade, but I'm perfectly happy with the 7.5. Looks amazing. And it looks great on my comic book wall, and that's all that really matters. I don't need a 9.8 and everything. Okay, well, the next one is a little bit older. This is from 1965, the year before I was born, and the grade is a 5.0, and it's Batman 171. Batman 171 is not the first Riddler. It's the first Riddler in the Silver Age, reintroducing the character. And it's a great cover. It's a 5.0. Again, I probably bought this at a convention in the 80s, probably spent very, very little on it. It's in great shape. It's got some little dots. See the little dots on the cover. So it's not perfect, but it's very, very presentable. The spine is really good. It's got a few ticks, but overall, this book presents really, really well in a 5.0. So one of the questions people have been asking, and I did mention it at the beginning, is do we also buy comic books? And yes, basically, the best way to describe this, I don't like to use that word for legal reasons, but it's very similar to a comic book pawn situation. So you have the option, if you choose, to check off on the comic book quote form at the website, geekassets.com, whether you're just looking for a short-term loan, which is basically an interest-only loan for 3, 4, 5 months. And then in the last month, you pay the final interest payment plus the principal back, and we send your book back. All the books are insured with us. They are going to be they're put in a vault, in a bank vault, so it's very, very safe. And once you pay it back, you get your book back. We send it back to you. But yes, we do buy books outright as well. You just have to check off that option, and we will send you a purchase offer if we're interested in purchasing that comic as well. And of course, we only do graded comic books at this time. We do no raw books whatsoever, because that's a little more difficult for valuation for the comic book collateral loan program. All right. So here's another one. I just love this. I love 1960s books. I'm a huge Silver Age guy. I always have been. So this is Detective Comics 276. And this is the second appearance of Batmite. And it also has a Batwoman appearance. So I've always loved these Batmite covers. And even all these years later, I love 60s covers. I just absolutely love them. I know some of them are really corny. There's just something about these 60s books that I've always fallen in love with. So that's a 5.5. Again, the spine is really good. This book is flat. It's got a couple of little creases here and there, but really well presenting book. And I'm a sucker for these 60s DC books. All right, next one. Okay, this is a great cover. So this is Batman 200 from 1968. It's a 6.5. Again, looks way better than a 6.5. Way better than a 6.5. So, I mean, even the back of this, yeah, it's a little tanning. There's some tanning back here, but there's really nothing going on. There's no structural damage to this comic whatsoever. I'm surprised it didn't get a minimum of a 7. That was kind of what I was thinking, maybe right around a 7. This is, believe it or not, this is a Neil Adams cover. This is an early Neil Adams cover for Batman, I guess. Love it, love it, love it. Here's a much newer comic. This is from 1994, and this is Batman Adventures. This is the origin of Harley Quinn out of the DC continuity. So this is a comic a lot of people look for, and it is a 9.6. So great cover, Batman Adventures, and this is the no number one. So it shows NN up there if you want to see what that looks like. You don't see too many of those, and it does have a black back. Okay. Big Harley Quinn fan, always have been. And by the way, I did love the movie. I thought it was great. I don't care what anybody says. It had the right feeling, the right look. And if you just judge movies based on how well they do, you're looking at it the wrong way, man. You need to go to the movie and see it yourself. And as a Harley Quinn fan, that movie was done really, really well. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. But it was so enjoyable. My family liked it. And I know everybody that saw it that were friends of mine enjoyed the movie quite a bit. So it may have not done great numbers, but it was a rated R movie. So I think it was a rated R movie, yeah. So that may have had a lot to do with it too. Not everything is Deadpool. All right, very famous cover. This is Batman 428, and this is part 3, Death of Robin. This is the Jason Todd Death of Robin, very, very famous from the 80s. This was right in my wheelhouse when I was collecting hardcore in the 80s. And it's at a 9.4. Of course, I have all of the Death in the Family. I don't have them all graded, but I do have them. And a 9.4 is really good. you know, it's near mint, so to speak. And that is the famous death of Robin Jason Todd. And as you know, Jason Todd eventually comes back as Red Hood. All right. All right, this is after the 80s. This is 2006. And this is the first Damian Wayne in a cameo. This is the Damian Wayne in a cameo. This is Batman 655, and I believe there's 2 covers for 655. The other one's the harder to get one, I'm pretty sure. I think it's Andy Kubert, maybe? I can't remember if that's the one. So this is an 8.5. This came back recently, and I have to tell you, I thought this was better than an 8.5. You're going to hear me say that. Well, actually, I don't have the other one. I have the first Black Mask, and I was not happy with the grade on that. This was when I was still sending them in to CCS or CSS or CCS, whatever, CGC's presser. I do not do that anymore. The only presser I use is the comic book presser, Chris, here in Raleigh. You can reach him on Instagram at the comic presser. He is the best in the country, and what a difference when you have him do books. So I'm probably at some point going to have him break open 2 of these, this case and the Black Mask one. The Black Mask, man, that one really upsets me. I think it's an 8.5. There is absolutely nothing going on here. This is a perfect spine. This is a perfect book. I mean, yes, it's got a little black on the back. Actually, it's actually purple. It's not black. My colorblind problem is coming in the way again, I guess. But I have no idea why this is an 8.5. And the Black Mask, I thought that had a chance at a 9.8. I don't understand it. When I looked at the notes, it basically said that there was a small crease on the back. I don't see any crease anywhere. All right, this is an awesome book. This goes back to my early days. I have had this in my collection since the early 80s. I had traded for this, I guess, back then with some other kids. And to get this back at an 8.5 is a whole different deal than the other ones. I am thrilled to have this in an 8.5. This is The Joker from 1975 and an 8.5. So what a difference, right? 8.5 here. I'm loving every minute of it. Super happy with that grade. Sitting around for 30, 40 years. The back looks perfect. Look at that. All right, so that's just a few of the books. I'll be back. I'll always be checking things out, showing you guys. I have a bunch of stuff at CGC personally, so I will always show you those unboxings here. I have done unboxings before on some of the other channels that I co-developed. I may be able to put those videos up on our new channel because this is my permanent home now here at the Geek Assets YouTube channel. We're so excited with our new launch here. The concept of doing this with the comic book collateral loans has been in the process here legally and working out the logistics for close to 7 months. We're still actually working things out since we've brought this nationally. We will be doing this for people in Canada as well as the United States. There's a lot of work behind the scenes to get this up and running. We are the first company to focus on doing these pawn-style loans in the comic book industry. We hope to see you guys when the coronavirus problem is over at some of the conventions over the next year. We will be at the conventions and hope to meet up with every one of you. And remember, the purpose behind Geek Assets is to give our community the same service that it was already happening in the art world with Rolex watches and jewelry and with classic cars. You guys deserve the same access to untap the funds that are sitting in these books, just like a person who collects watches or classic cars. Now, we can't do comic collateral loans on every graded comic book. We do have criteria and restrictions of how we do it, but we hope to help out a lot of you. And whether that's for financial problems, like right now with people being out of work and just needing a short-term loan, but you don't want to actually sell your book, you want to be able to get it back, that's why we do these type of loans. So check us out. There's a lot more videos that talk about the nitty-gritty, a lot of questions people have about how we do valuations, things like that. Right here on YouTube are the other videos. And remember, I want to hear from you guys. We want an open dialogue. This is a brand new service. The best way to reach us is a DM on Instagram, or you can reach us directly through the website. There's a contact form. I will call you back. We can communicate by email. And if you do want a quote or a purchase offer, simply use the comic quote form and I'll get back to you real fast. Have a great day, guys. Please stay safe. This is a real tight community here on YouTube and on Instagram and on the circuit out there at conventions. We want to make sure that everybody is safe in the comic book community, and we're some of the fortunate ones. We have plenty of things to do indoors, that's for sure. Catch up on your books, catch up on your dead list or dead pile of comics that you haven't read, maybe some of your old graphic novels, or maybe if you haven't done a database for your books, this is the best time to do it. I love the database. Once I set up a database for my comics, I think it's Collector Z. I think that's what it's called. It's really easy to do. It is so amazing to be able to just have that on your phone as well. Look and see if there's an issue that you have or you don't have. So with that in mind, I don't want to go any further. I'll do some more of these videos over the next couple of weeks to give you guys something to look at. And remember, we're looking for your comics. We're looking to help you with these loans. And I hope to see your channels. I love, love, love watching other people's content and channels right now. There's some great channels. And maybe on the next video, I'll go through some of my favorites, my favorite channels to watch. Have a great day. We'll see you on Geek Assets. And remember that Dark Knight Returns #1 is going to be given away this Friday, the end of this second week. I guess it's the second week of April. We're going to pick a winner. So go to Instagram, follow us on Instagram at geek_assets. Follow the quick and easy instructions, and you might win The Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller. Bye-bye.